Oh, I guess we can go ahead and get started. It's just us here. We can have a private conversation. No one else is watching. Hi, how's it going, everybody? Welcome to the Indie Creator Hub, where we'd like to talk about alternative software platforms and stuff for the independent creator. I'm your humble host, Two Town Waffle, and yeah, we're going to be talking about different topics each week. But this week, we're actually going to be talking about streaming software. That's right, streaming and coding software that we all use, know, and love. Sometimes hate because when things break, nothing else works, and it just all hell breaks loose. So yeah. All right. So actually, we're going to be talking about OBS tonight and how to actually, install it, get it running, especially if you're wanting to use OBS and install it and run it for streaming to Glimish or maybe Trovo. Pretty much those two are going to be pretty much the same thing. So that's what we're going to be talking about tonight, is encoding software. Now there is, from what my understanding, you got OBS, you got vMix, you got Streamlabs Desktop, which is just a fork version of OBS, and vMix. You got Ecamm, and then you got XSplit. So there's like 4.5, because I'm putting Streamlabs desktop version as, a half measure. I know that's not fair, really, but it's just a fork version. And then when a new version of OBS arrives, they're probably like a month or two behind when getting everything updated and up to date on their end. But it also runs a little bit heavier on your system. So people are having some issue with Streamlabs desktop, slowing down their system as they're trying to game or stream or anything like that. So OBS is a more streamlined version because it is the original. So there is that. All right, so what I'm going to do here is I'm pulling up the website right now. Project OBS. Now, what you want to watch out for is, here, I'll show you here in just a moment, because there has been an issue with scammers or some not so nice people that want to take advantage of content creators. And when people are looking for OBS, so as you can see here, no, you can't see because I'm not in the right screen. So as you can see here, finally, is that you have two listings that look like OBS, right? But one of them, the top two, one of them is the correct one. As you can see, you have Project OBS or OBS Project, both .coms, but one will take you to a scam site. I did Project OBS, but if I do OBS Studio, so the first one is what you'll see. That is the correct one. That's the OBS Studio is what you actually want to look for. Because if you look for Project OBS or OBS Project, it's going to get a little confusing on which link is the dangerous one, actually. So what you want to do is just go ahead. It's obsproject.com. It'll take you to the correct OBS. Now, if you have any qualms about, oh, is this the right one? Well, what you could do is go to their Twitter. And they'll have a link up here as well, obsproject.com. You can always go that route as well. That's if you use Twitter. So we'll go ahead and do that. You want to make sure it's obsproject.com and the URL bar up here at the top. Now, to download this, click on download, of course. You might want to, if you're depending on which operating system you're on, typically most people are going to be on Windows. In my case, I'm on both Windows and Mac. And for your adventurous types, there are a Linux version for you. So make sure you select one for your particular operating system. And always go with the download installer. I'm going to go put it in my downloads folder. And once that is done, you can go ahead, open file. Bada bomb, and it gives you a little prompt. Yes, continue. Next, install my C drive because that's my fastest one. And that's typical default installation is on your C drive, depending on how your computer, how you set up your computer. So here we go. It's just waiting for the install process to finish up. It shouldn't take too long because it's a very lightweight program. So all right, let's go ahead and launch it. Now what's going to do is going to go through a step-by-step welcome prompt here. So it's going to ask you, do you want to optimize it for streaming, recording is secondary? Just for recording, you're not going to be streaming, or you're going to be only using for a virtual camera. In our case, let's go ahead and set it up for streaming. So we'll go ahead next. We'll go ahead and use a 1920 by 1080, either 60 or 30, but prefer 60 when possible. That's our video settings. Click on next. Here, what we're going to do, since we're doing this for Glimish, so Glimish is an option within OBS. So instead of Twitch, let's go for, click on where it says service, click on show all in the drop down, and it's set up alphabetically. So you go to G. Now either can go for Glimish or Glimish RTMP. What this means is RTMP is it's what you connect with any other service platform. It's a real-time media protocol. I want to say that's the correct term. If it isn't, go ahead and leave it in the comments down below if I was wrong or if I was right. Now with Glimish, because they utilize the FTL system, that's their encoder that they use. If you streamed or heard about Mixer in the past, that's what it was built on. So we're going to keep it the FTL one. So it's going to be the first option in Glimish by itself. You can go ahead. Next thing you need to do is get your stream key. Well, by doing that, what you need to go to is your Glimish account. Click on, after you log in, of course, click on your profile avatar or your name with that drop down. You go to settings. Go over to the left here where it says channel settings. And of course, you don't want to give out your stream key. So go ahead, click the copy. And let's go back to OBS here. Now, the nice thing with OBS, because obviously it's not going to show it, I can click show to give you what my stream key is, but I'm not going to do that. I don't want you streaming on my account. I don't want to reset it. So you click on next. So what's going to happen is going to go through a bandwidth test. It's just to see how your system is able to process streaming to Glimish, if you have the right bandwidth or if you have enough of it, and also if your computer can take it or not. So you can go ahead, do the test, or you can go ahead, skip it by clicking yes or no. Yes is you're going to go through it. No, you're going to skip it. So I'm going to go ahead and hit yes. So what it's going to do, it's going to go through all of the available servers that are available to you, or actually available to stream to Glimish. So it's going to go through all the different servers. Right now, Chicago, it's all Miami, and it's going to go through each and every single one. Right now, New York. It does take a little bit of time. And this is real time, so strap in, folks. Almost there. About halfway. Got a nice little bump up. Now we're in Europe. Yep. Still waiting. Nothing outlasts a bandwidth test like a bandwidth test. And we're just about done. So as you saw, well, actually I'm going to cut this intermediate middle part out because this just takes a long time. It takes a couple minutes to actually go through the entire test. So as it's finishing up here, we're going to go through a different test, setting up how your computer is affected with streaming. So we're going to go ahead, and there we go. So as you can see, I can have a video bitrate of 6,000. I can do 60 FPS at 1080. That's my base, which is what you'll set up as your scene, your alerts, and your cameras, that stuff like that. Your output, that's what you're sending to Glimish, is a 1080 signal at 60 FPS, frames per second. So after you use these settings, click Apply Settings, or if you want to reconfigure the wizard and try again, click back to manually configure settings yourself, click Cancel, and open settings. So what we're going to do, I don't know why it's setting up my server in Bangalore, India, but I can change that. I don't know why it's decided. I'm on the east coast of the US. Bangalore, India is like thousands of miles away. I don't see how that is the best server to use. All right, and this is just a release for the latest OBS Studio 29. It just gives you a little rundown what has been changed, what to look for, and stuff like that. So I'm going to go ahead and click Close. Now I want to change that server setting. So I'm going to click on Settings, go back to Stream. I don't want to do this. I want to go with New York. Hit Apply. Okay. Now, that's pretty much it. You are set up, ready to go to stream to Glimish. All you gotta do now is just build out your scenes and your sources. So let's just go ahead and do that real quick. Unfortunately, I don't have a camera connected to this PC that is running OBS, because what you're seeing, that's going on my stream PC. So it's not going to show anything. So I'm just going to go ahead and do a video capture device. I'll keep that name. Virtual camera, sure, why not? And a nice thing with OBS too is also you get the distance from the sides, top, and bottom. So if you're looking at, oh, I need to have it so many pixels from the left. Okay, well, it's 100. We'll get it 100 pixels. So click that out. I want to also have a window capture. And I'm going to capture, what should I capture? Yeah, Firefox sounds good. And I want to have that over here. Camera is going to be in front, so I need to move window capture down. So at least my camera is above, or yeah, above the actual window capture. So I'm going to go ahead and go to here. Actually, go to my channel. Okay. Go back into OBS, and pretty much you're ready to go with your OBS setup, ready to go to Glimish streaming, and just all you gotta do is hit start streaming, and Bob's your uncle, mate. Oh no, I know I totally ostracized the entire country by saying that. I'm sorry, but that is how easy it is to get started streaming to Glimish. It's just by downloading OBS, clicking the server or the service that you want to connect to, which is Glimish, enter your stream key, and click OK, and you're ready to go. And of course, you're just going to have to build out everything that you have here. Now, let's take a look at, no, not Atem. That's another name. Now, it's going to be a very similar process, but the one thing that's going to happen is that with Glimish, because it's built in with the FTL, that you have that capability to select Glimish and enter your stream key. With the other services, let's say with XSplit, if you want to use vMix, because if you use vMix is a higher level of streaming software. It's more expensive than OBS because OBS is free. XSplit, I believe it's $30. Let's go ahead and check that out real quick. I want to make sure I'm giving you guys the correct information here. So what we want is, if you want to use XSplit as your streaming encoding software, what you want to use is Broadcaster. So let's go ahead and check out pricing here because that's very important. All right, so this is for a lifetime. So you can pay $100 and have lifetime use. But as we saw with Filmora, lifetime doesn't really mean lifetime. So let's check out, what does lifetime mean? They don't tell us. It just gives you free and the premium version of what is included. So that is a red flag where they don't tell you exactly what lifetime is. But let's do month to month. Okay. So they have a bundle that is $7.50 per month to use Broadcaster Premium. So what do you get for Broadcaster Premium that you don't get in the free version? Well, with free, you only get 4 scenes. So you have to be very careful. So you have to worry about, okay, I have a starting soon, I got a game screen, I have a BRB, and an ending screen. Well, there's your 4 scenes that you can only use in the free version. You can't do like oh, I want to do like a picture in picture. Well, that's 5 now, so you can't do that. With the premium, you get unlimited. You get content, games, text, media, multimedia, HTML, IP, camera, blah blah blah. There's version of that is included: thumbnail, scene preview, chroma key, scene transition, source extension plugins, split mode, virtual camera. You get with a watermark. You don't with premium. You're gonna bring a Skype video camera into the premium, and here is the rest that you don't get with the free version. Audio source, local streaming, stream delay, simultaneous broadcasting to multiple stream services, which is important because with OBS there is a plugin that you can stream to multiple places at the same time. It's all depending on how much or how big your bandwidth is, or how much your internet speeds are. Typically, because right now I am streaming to 2 services. I'm streaming to YouTube and to Twitch, and with Ecamm, I'm using about 10 megs. So that's just, you have to think about each version or each destination is dependent on your resolution that you're sitting at. So if you're doing 1080 at 60, that's more that you're pushing out than if you were using like 720 60 or 720 30. So you just have to get in that mindset that you have to understand if you're on a low tier internet service provider and you only have like 50 megs up and maybe 50 megs down with only 10 up, you might not be able to do multi-streaming with OBS or XSplit or Ecamm. You could, in theory, or actually in practice, you can use a multi-streaming service like Restream or Aircast, or yeah, those 2 I would pick out of all of them, because all you're doing is sending one signal out to those rebroadcasters, and they're taking that signal and sending it out to Twitch, YouTube, Trovo, Blemish, or wherever you decide you want to go. So with XSplit free, you can only have, it's unlimited with a watermark. Okay, so it's been a while since I've used XSplit. I think it's been over a year, almost 2 years, over 2 years since the last time I used it. What they used to do is that you were only relegated to 720 as your output. So here it's resolution, you can do whatever, but it's going to have a watermark because it's a free service that you're using. So they want people to know that, hey, I'm using XSplit. Now, is that good? That's totally up to you. It's weird that it would have a watermark, but you are using their product and they have the right, if you're using it for free, to put a watermark. Now, if you're paying, yeah, you're not going to have a watermark because you're paying for the product. So that is at least say $750 if you want to do the bundle with the Vcam, because that is the Vcam they provide. Is if you've known about NVIDIA Broadcaster, where you can have everything behind you or that is around you have that fake blurred bokeh effect, or without the digital green screening. That's pretty much the same thing. The Vcam is XSplit's version, and they have that for at least 1 or 2 or a couple years before NVIDIA decided to do that with the NVIDIA Broadcaster. It's not as good, but when I last used it, I don't know if it's improved since. I'm sure it has, but if you have with the Vcam, let me know down in the comments down below. Definitely love to hear your experience with the Vcam. But they had the bundle with the Broadcaster and the Vcam for $10 a month. Like I said, you can also do 12 months, a full year, it's $35. That's actually cheap, because before I did a quarter, they did change their pricing. They've lowered their pricing a lot. This was the $30 for the Broadcaster Premium, was $30 every 3 months. So it's like $10 a month. But here it is for a full year, you get $30. So they have adjusted their pricing a lot since the last time I used it. Now, another popular, but this one is on the high end of streaming software that you can use. This is more for professional people. I don't want to say professional people, people that are doing a production that have a higher tier of production for their live streams, because this costs a lot of money. Now, it's just like any other streaming software. You have how everything is set up. You have your encoder, you bring in your cameras, your scenes and stuff like that. But the difference here is on the pricing. So let's go to the comparison table. And as you can see, the pricing is a lot more. All right. So this is a lifetime license for the HD, which means you get total inputs 1,000. You get, really, you get 100 camera inputs or NDI inputs. It's 1,000. You can have a 1080, 4 overlay channels, and recording, streaming, up to including 3 simultaneous live streams. Which again, like I mentioned before in the XSplit section, full screen output, external output, all of that is $350. But that is a lifetime license, which vMix is very good in honoring your lifetime license. Now you can do the basic HD, but you only get 4 inputs, 3 cameras, and 1 overlay channel. It's more restrictive, but it's $60. Now you can also do the max, which is a subscription. It's $50 a month, and you can get 4K. You can have 4 overlay channels, 2 recorders, which means you can have two sources coming in or I think what it is 2 sources coming in and being sent out. You get a lot more. You get the and I changed that because that used to be the GT Designer, which is like your overlays. If I had like a chat command or a chat, I can post it up. It'll show up here. That's all part of Ecamm. But this is where you can change like the different looks on it, design it. It's all animated and stuff like that. So it's on the 4K, which is $700. But the standard version is included with the 60 and a 350. You get playlist, the video list, you get vMix calls. So what vMix call is, it is Video Ninja, where you can bring guests in as a browser source within your streaming software. So you can run like a podcast type of, or a talking head, or multiple people coming in that are available to show on your stream. But with the $350 version, you only get 1 person, including you as a streamer, because you're setting up as a camera. So that is a little that's changed. It used to be 4, but they just moved everything over, because it used to be 2 other options. There used to be this one, which was at 720, and then there was another one that was a cheaper, I think, free version. But they kind of consolidated everything into 1. All right, so you don't get multi-quarter, which is, what is multi-quarter? Is an advanced feature found in 4K and Pro editions of vMix. Provides the ability to record the raw video and audio from capture inputs to separate files. Oh, okay. So it's ISOs. That's all it is. Where you can separate out, which is good if this software is good for like high school sports games, or multi-camera shoots, or church services or anything like that, where you have multiple cameras. Let's say you have 4 cameras that you can record each camera as its own separate source. So you can go ahead and later in post production do all the editing. So you can have, like, say you have a concert and you want to focus on at this one particular time the drummer or something else, or you can have your 4 sources of audio and video separated out that you can use in post-production editing process. It's just it's easier that you can do that. And also you can do that for live stream as well. You set each camera to be viewed at one time, or all 4 in a square pattern, whatever floats your boat. So that's vMix. And of course, we all know about Streamlabs, right? Basically, Streamlabs is just a different version of OBS with a different layouts. So if we go to our products, let's go to Streamlabs desktop. So it's very similar to OBS. It just has different layout and has a different look to it, and it's more integrated into the Streamlabs ecosystem, like the Streamlabs Prime and everything like that. Oh, they got Streamlabs Ultra. Streamlabs Prime is now Ultra for the same price. Access 8 Pro creator tools to streamline your workflow. Okay, so they changed it, but I think that's what, $20 a month. Let's check out Ultra. I want pricing. So Pro live streaming features for Windows and Mac. Oh, they have it set up for Mac as well. Okay, I see. So they added what I showed you in vMix with call, so you can do and bring in another person into your live stream. They hear and see you and your chat. Oh, and your chat. Well, you can just pull up your chat from your actual stream. Invite a friend to chat or game or show off your pet keyboard. Blah blah blah. Possibilities are endless. I wonder how many people can you bring in? Is this 1, 2, 3, or 4? And of course, you got the different themes that you can bring in, personalize the actual workflow, so it's more attuned to how you want it. Create custom alerts, engagement with fun widgets, CloudBot. They got their clip maker. And let's see. Okay, collab came. Ultra. Oh, so you can add 1 guest in regular Streamlabs desktop. You can do that with Video Ninja for free, but it's through a browser source. That you have to add the browser sources into each scene that you want that to be part of. But this is built in. With Ultra, you can up to 4 guests or cameras. Wonder what they mean by or cameras. I have to dig deeper into that one. You can also access full app library, custom tip page, domain, YouTube thumbnails, and Twitch panels. That's your branding tools. You get up to 10 gigs in storage. Everyone uses Google Drive, OneDrive, Box, or iCloud. The rewards, I did this years ago. I decided, you know what, let's go ahead and see what this is. And all I got for my $20 was a free shirt that I had to get on with. It took like 3 months for them to send that stupid thing. I'm like, it looks dumb. I'm like, I want my damn shirt. Oh, a custom CloudBot name. Jump to gold all stars tier. Merch store, highest profit margins. So they're you're subsidizing your merch store with a different tier because you're paying them, so you get more of a profit on sold merch. Okay. No watermark. Oh, okay. So if you use crossclip, that's the create clips for TikTok Shorts. It comes with a Streamlabs watermark. On Ultra, there's no watermark, and you get up to 1080, 60, and more. I'm probably guessing 4K. Who's watching TikToks or Shorts in 4K? No one. Oslo, collaborative video editing. 1 hour videos and 250 gig storage. So they're basically packaging the services that are underneath the Streamlabs brand into one package. Looks like Willow is like their link tree, so you get that included, and Melon, which is stream and record from your browser. Which I don't know why, because if you're using Streamlabs desktop, why would you need to use? Yeah. But how much is this service in a window? Don't give me pricing. Compare plans. Yes, but I want to know pricing. They don't give you pricing. Yeah, look. It's not even. Wow, they don't give you pricing. See, this is why I don't really suggest Streamlabs, because it's shady. Like, oh, don't worry about the pricing. It's affordable. Oh, how much is it? Oh, don't worry about it. It's affordable. So how much? One subscription Pro Tools, how much? So that's the thing, is like, if a company is not disclosing their pricing from the onset, run away. Because it's, why are they hiding their pricing? What like, just give me the damn pricing. So that's why I don't suggest Streamlabs, because this is like 2 red flags from the onset. No pricing anywhere. And it's a simple thing. It's like, hey, I'm looking around. I don't want to create an account and then get told the pricing. So why should I create an account? I'm just going to find a different service, because, you know, it's, and also, I don't know if they still do this, because if a streamer that is using Streamlabs for like the tipping alert or anything like that, they have like a Prime where you can include like gifts or special things when in your donation or tipping that you are now subscribed to. I think it's like $5 a month from the last time I've heard about it. That it's not really advertised as you're going through. It's like, it's almost hidden until you get to the last spot, and it's like, what you're gonna be doing is you're gonna be signing up for the subscription for $5 a month when you hit the tipping, if you want to have included the gifts and all your special accoutrement that is part of the alert. So it's, Streamlabs is, I say use it, but use it with the knowing that you have to double check, triple check everything. But that's the one thing, is it's like, how much is this? Let's see, tips. Is it showing here? You paid every month, one-click PayPal setup. Okay. And I'm not going to find a streamer that is using it, because that's going to be a pain in the butt. But like I said, if you wanted to use Streamlabs, just be in the mindset that they have a lot of hidden fees and they have shady practices, and they're not really upfront with everything. So be mindful, really. So let's go ahead and dismiss that. So we looked at OBS, we looked at XSplit, which is a good alternative if you with the streaming software, but it does have a cost of, if you monthly is $7.50 for just the XSplit broadcaster. If you want to combine it, it's $10 a month with the broadcaster and Ecamm. We also took a look at vMix, which is more of a professional level streaming software. And what I would suggest with that is, if you want to try it out, there is a 14-day trial for Ecamm. I mean, not Ecamm. Wow, there's so many different softwares out there. vMix. If you're serious about you want to go for high level production, I would suggest the $350 version. Yes, it's $350. But the thing is you get a lot of bang for your buck. Now, the one other thing, and we also looked at Streamlabs Streamlabs Desktop. I almost called by the old name that they got in trouble for. But there's one other thing. But this is a Mac OS only software. It's called Ecamm. Now, I use Ecamm a lot, and I this is what I'm using on the live stream. And I use it for all my Indie Creator Hub stuff, the Cliched Crow, and the gaming at the two-tone waffle. I use Ecamm for multi-streaming. Ecamm 4 is coming out the 26th of this month, which has baked in multi-streaming to Amazon Live, Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, Restream, LinkedIn. So you can, if your bandwidth can handle it, you can go ahead and use connected to all the services. But it's also as the added level of including interview guests up to 10 people that you can bring into your stream. Again, if your system and bandwidth can handle it. So it's a good software, especially for the Mac. If you want to go that route, it's a paid software. So there is a trial version that is 14 days, but it's not available for Windows. It's Mac only, and it's also really good for the Apple Silicon. Like if you have an M1 or if the new M2 chips. I would suggest, if you have, I'm using this on a Mac M1 Mini and the 8 gig version, and it works fine. I can stream up to 3 places with no problem, and I can bring in 2 different guests for my 0 Point Report podcast I'm part of, and it runs flawlessly. It's no problem whatsoever. And that's on an 8 gig, the base M1 Mac Mini. So if you got a studio, or if you just pre-order the new M1 Mac Minis and the MacBooks, no problem. It runs flawlessly. It's perfect. And if you want to check out Ecamm, I do have an affiliate link that actually does. I do get a little bit of money if you want to check it out and subscribe. It's for the pro level version, which includes the interview process and the what is it? Let's go to pricing. Which, hey, look, it's a good company that has a pricing chart right here. So $32 a month. That's if you're on the annual plan. So if you go monthly, it is $40. But you get the live interview up to 10 guests. Virtual mic, webcam, 4K streaming, widgets, live video, ISO audio recordings, audio monitor outputs, automatic Facebook page cross-posting. That's if you still want to deal with Facebook. Real-time bandwidth stats and VIP tech support. You can also get everything that is on the standard as well. The no watermarks, the unlimited streaming to all platforms, multi-streaming via Restream or IO or Switchboard, custom overlays, branding, screen sharing, high quality recording, in-app comment stream, and green screen chroma key. So you get all of that, plus a little bit more in the pro level. And again, like I said, there's a 14-day free trial, so you can go ahead and try it out. If, again, it's Mac only. So if you have a Mac and you want to start streaming, check it out. It's Ecamm Live. Or if you want to go the free route and use OBS, that's perfectly fine. OBS 29 actually has Apple Silicon support finally. So you have options. You have plenty of options. You have options coming out your wazoo. So, and there is a great community with Ecamm. So if you want to check it out, again, I have a link, my affiliate link down below in the description. If you want to check it out. It's 14 days free trial. And also, there is a link to our community there at the Gilded server. Let's join the Indie Creator Hub server. We'd love to see you there. Come talk with me, and as we chat with resources. I just started posting up a forum post of free DMCA music that you can use within your own streams, like Streambeats. When I'm using what you're hearing right now, this is Streambeats by Harris Heller. I use Streambeats, I use StreamSite from Bob Duck and Weave, also backing tracks from Epos Vox, and it's all completely free, DMCA free. You should not have any issue using it on Twitch, YouTube, or anywhere else, or your podcast or whatnot. So do check out, I have the links also in the description down below, but I am building out a page or a section within our Gilded server that has handy links and a little description of what each service is. And I'm also going to put in, I'm going to be putting in more and more as I find them. So it's a great way to keep up to date with DMCA stuff, because that's no fun. You don't want your VODs or your live streams muted or taken down unless you're streaming to Facebook. And that's a different story altogether, because Facebook, that's the only word I can think of, only noise I can think of that is applicable to Facebook. Facebook is great, but their music copyright system sucks. But that's just my personal opinion. Some people might have no problems with it, but I've had issues because I have streamed on Facebook Gaming and it wasn't the greatest. It gives you 30 days, it pumps you out, but within 30 days or after it, you're dead to the world. You're not getting anything. But yeah, so yeah, that was a quick look at different encoding stream encoders, and also you can use them for recording as well. They have options to record that you want to, do long form videos here on YouTube, or if you want to post or record a short form, like a vertical video, you can do that too, and all of these programs. So check them out. I'll have all the links to OBS and vMix, XSplit, and Ecamm. Well, I have my affiliate link for Ecamm, but I'll have all these links and the edited version of this when I release it later in the week. But that's pretty much going to be it. If you have any questions or comments, do be sure to check them in down below. I want to hear from you guys. Which one is your favorite? Which not operating system, which streaming encoder is actually your favorite, and what you use the most for your own live streams? But with that, I want to say thank you for coming out, and I'll bid you adieu, and I'll see you next week for another thrilling adventure here at the Indie Creator Hub. Have a good night.